Your agency is going to get smoked like a victim in a drive-by shooting if you do not transition to this model that I'm about to show you here today. I just got back from a in-person mastermind event with some big names in the marketing space, and they are predicting the exact same thing I'm about to show you here today. And this is some pretty crazy stuff, so I recommend that you sit back and enjoy. My prediction is that agency services will absolutely need to become productized AI playbooks, or we're calling them PAPE. So you get more paper, get more PAPE. All right, get your bread up. What's going to happen essentially is that you need to take yourself and what it is that you do as a done for you, maybe even done with you service, and put this into an AI playbook that you will start renting out and essentially having other businesses buy it off you, and you're going to start consulting them on what it is that you actually do. Now, you might be a little bit curious as to how that actually looks like. I'll break it down here in a second. But if you notice recently, Shopify partnered with OpenAI. You're basically going to be able to buy things directly from AI now. This, in my prediction, what's to come is that email and SMS marketing agencies are probably going to be cooked. Like, Shopify is probably just going to start encapsulating all of these type of services with AI, and they're going to take a majority of the pie, right? As they already do. They're pretty huge. So this leaves opportunity for guys that are maybe mid to small businesses to go after that type of market and then start selling the playbooks of what it is that they do, whether it be email, SMS marketing. You're going to productize your system and start selling it, okay? Now, how do you win in this era? Well, you have to understand the flow of value of what it is that you are producing to these type of businesses that you're serving. I'll give you an example. I was just speaking with somebody who is an operations manager for a coaching and consulting company, okay? Now, they handle operations managers. They can handle a ton of different stuff at once. I just gave the three main ones here, which would be sales management, executive assistants reporting on the business, on sales, marketing, whatever, and overall operations of the business, and then event planning, because they also do mastermind events. So there's a little bit of planning that goes into that. Breaking down the segments of this person's business is going to be understanding the flows of value as to what makes their position valuable, right? Ultimately, if they want to get more leverage and replace themselves and have more clients like the one that they're working with in order to scale their own position, they need to productize themselves. And this is ultimately where it's going to go regardless. So whether you listen to me right now or not, this is where this stuff is going. So learning this now is going to drastically help you out to stay ahead of the curve, because it's still super early, but people are going to start to catch on. All right, so how does this look? Well, the ops manager is then going to create a playbook. The ops manager AI playbook is what I'm calling it right now. But this is your PAPE. Okay, you're going to put your PAPE together, all right, to get paper. And what it's going to do is essentially it's going to help manage sales team KPIs. It's going to automate reporting, and it's going to be able to plan events based on client breakthroughs each quarter. So you're feeding the AI data, and the AI is then basically going to start automating and reporting all of this back into the company head with the CEO, the founder, whatever, in order to have all this done for them. Okay, so you take the operations manager and what it is that they do, the done for you service that they do, you feed it into an AI playbook that then delivers exactly what it is that they already do. Now, some people are going to be like, well, doesn't that mean that the operations manager is basically obsolete, that they have no relevance anymore? Not necessarily. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by that. Okay? Because what this ultimately turns into is you have your PAPE that then you, as you become the middleman, right? The operations manager or the AI operator then starts to consult the businesses on the playbook that they built. You now become a high leveraged and a very scalable partner within these businesses. So you can actually have multiple companies that pay you as a consultant to communicate via AI the playbook that you built them, and you don't actually have to do the work anymore. AI can come in and do it for you. But you are going to be the mastermind, the person who can actually communicate the value and identify the flows of value as to where AI can basically take over and deliver for you. Super high leverage. Now, I'll explain this a little bit deeper. I said the good news is you're still early for now, so get in while you can. But this is basically what's going to happen. It's no longer going to be about integrations and done for you. All right, this stuff is happening right now. People are now worried about ChatGPT with Make and Zapier and N8N and all this stuff done for you and all these screenshots, whatever. That's now, okay? But people are already picking up that it's going to be identifying flows of value, communicating with AI, and consulting for a positive outcome, okay? Now, what you want to do is you want to identify the business flow of value. I highly recommend that you take a screenshot of this, because this is all you really need to understand to win with this next era of AI. What you need to understand is the three layers here. So the first layer is identifying the business's flow of value. It's marketing and sales, then there's onboarding, then there's delivery, then there's retention. Okay, there's some other stuff that goes into that as well, like accounting or whatever, depending on the industry, but let's just keep it simple. Understand the first layer of where you are going to be basically building a playbook on what it is that you already do. So if you're somebody that's a marketing agency for like Facebook ads, whatever, email marketing, if you help with onboarding, if you help with delivery, if you help with retention, you are going to be productizing what it is that you do. The second layer of this, to get more specific, because the deeper that you go in the layers, the more opportunity you're going to have. So just because there's a dozen people out there, or there's hundreds of people out there with marketing agencies, doesn't mean that you guys are going to necessarily all overlap. It's the people who find the layers and put them together properly in what it is that you do are going to win. So again, let's say that you help with marketing and sales. Your second layer is going to be specifically putting together an AI playbook that helps with ad campaigns, funnels, VSLs, automation, sales tracking, and reporting. So you basically put your entire sales front end into an AI playbook and sell that to businesses to basically do it, and then you consult them on it. All right. Same thing if you were going to go into onboarding, helping with that, delivery, or retention. You're basically going to stack these layers into an AI product, build it, and then sell it back to these businesses. You're replacing yourself. And the third layer is going to be the niche, the market, the industry. So a specific industry within professional services, like you do a plumbing AI playbook, or you do an electrician AI playbook, something within a specific layer. If you go to e-commerce and you specifically do it for health and wellness companies, right, or apparel companies, whatever, you specifically do the playbook and build a playbook for that industry that solves specific problems within each layer. All right. Ultimately, this looks like take what you do. So take your service, identify the flow of value that you are solving, pick the niche, productize into an AI playbook, and this is your new model. You now become somebody who is basically an AI consultant, because I don't know if you've heard, more and more of these people are going to start to pop up where companies are already hiring AI consultants, people that can come in, communicate with the AI, and implement the value right away. That's what you are going to need to become. You need to become this kind of person, okay? Because that's ultimately where it's going to go. People want to integrate AI more and more. They are going to start laying off people. How do you not get laid off in a sense as a business owner and have your clients fire you? Is that you productize your own service and then become the expert within your productization and what you've built for yourself and the business, and you are going to be the one communicating with AI and implementing the value, okay? That's it. That's where you start to solve these problems, and ultimately people are going to start to see results pretty quickly with how fast AI moves. I'm already building something like this within the sales side of things, and I'm not going to go into too much detail right now, but I'm building it. It's pretty cool. Really only took me a few days to actually spin up to have something that's working and is a legitimate SaaS model. And I've basically taken what it is that I do and put into a playbook, and even added a layer that's not even really there yet, right? Because I based it off of another company that's big in the space. You would know them if I named them, and they do hundreds of millions of dollars, and they've basically solved for marketing, okay? They are in a specific second layer of ad campaigns, funnels, VSLs, automations, and sales tracking reporting. They are literally this, and they are in the coaching and consulting space for online info products. So they have all three layers together, and they make well over $100 million a year, okay? Some of you might know who I'm talking about. Now, what I did is I basically took their model and then added another layer of value that I was able to solve, which is basically missing revenue, missing retention on adding more revenue to their company, and putting that into an AI product that I can essentially sell back to these companies, okay? Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail right now, like I said, but I'll leave it to another date. Maybe if I decide to expose it, maybe not. Maybe I'll keep my face out of it. But as of right now, this is the playbook that you need to learn, is creating your own, okay? Get your pape up. Get your pape up. Get that pape up. It's putting together your own pape, okay? This is what you need. This is what you need, because it's going to give you more leverage, more scalability, and unlock a whole nother level of business for you. And you're going to be ahead of the curve. So that's why I recommend build your own playbook, sell it back to the niche that you're already serving, and you'll be able to scale a lot faster.